Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, it's time to start showing you my African adventure. Now, when I was getting ready to book this African safari, as I've mentioned before, this is my dream trip. This is my biggest bucket list trip that I wanted to do. And I didn't want to stay at a hotel. I didn't want to stay far from the action. I wanted to feel like I had nature everywhere around me. And so I chose a place called Time and Tide Chongwei. And let me just say, they didn't disappoint. But before I even show you how wonderful this trip was, I had to get there. Okay, well, this is not the Ottawa airport. I'm getting ready to take my first part of my trip today. I got my bags all handy here and my suitcase here. And where am I going? This is the train station here in Ottawa. And I have to take the train to Toronto. And then my flight leaves tomorrow morning, pretty early in the day. So that's why I didn't want to fly out tomorrow morning, just in case something happened. Flight got canceled, missed my flight. So I'm taking an extra day, taking the train because it's cheaper than flying. And I'll spend the night at a hotel. And then, yeah, on the way. In the meantime, I'll check out the train. So onto the train I get. It's a nice, pleasant ride. I love taking the train. It was a great way to start this trip off without too much pressure. All right, part 2 of my adventure begins today. I am in Toronto, staying at the Sheraton Hotel here. Very nice hotel. Had some good room service last night. Got a good night's sleep. Now I got to take the train back to Terminal 1 and go through security. A whole new airline I've never flown before. Flying on Ethiopian Airlines. Never flew on them yet, so this should be a little different. Oh, it's not like a bug in a rug. So let's just say Ethiopian Airlines surprised me quite a bit. The food was amazing. Tons of food on this trip. And I had a long way to go. Such a long way to go. When you're doing this flight, folks, from Toronto to Addis, it was 17 hours in the air. Luckily, I had a lie-down seat, so I was able to get some sleep. And then I was excited as we started to arrive at the first airport. But then we had to transfer. And it was a bit of a disaster, to say the least. Look at this crowd. There's no rhyme or reason for the lineup. It's like 9 deep, but I was just glad to get back on another flight and flying into my final airport before I had to head out and go on a smaller plane. Now, see that little Cessna? That's what I thought I'd be flying on, so I kind of got a little excited. Here's the view from my hotel. That's how close the airport is. Perfect spot to stay. It's the Marriott, and it was quite comfortable. This was a suite, but it wasn't like, it was only like $50 more than the regular conventional room. So I got a living room area. I got a bedroom area with a nice size, comfortable bed. Remember, this is Africa. Is this what you're picturing in Africa? I don't know, but good work area. Another big TV here. And the bathroom area, of course, is just as nice. Tub, shower, all the conveniences of home. And the hotel itself had a nice restaurant. It had a nice pool area outside. In fact, the pool area looked so inviting, I just had to go out and check it for myself. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to deepest, darkest Africa. Oh, okay. It's probably not the background you were expecting, right? I mean, look, beautiful pool out here. Look at the sun is shining today. It's so bright. Oh man. But yeah, I've landed in Africa, and I'm getting ready to fly my small plane today out to the camp.
Gorzej because it's bigger than us. Tylko się zobacz na samolot obok. Słuchaj, mógłbyś mnie trzymać za rączkę, proszę cię? Błagam cię, serio. O to cię tak błagam.
So this plane held about 11 people besides the pilots. It was larger than I thought it would be, but boy, when you're flying over mountains and that, these little planes, you feel it. So if you get airsick, be prepared. But I was super excited. As we cleared the mountains, you could suddenly come across the rivers, and we were starting to spot animals from the plane. We could see elephants and hippos. We were only flying at about 6,000 feet. And while they were small, they were there. And it really added to the anticipation and the excitement of we're finally here. We're getting here. Everyone on the plane started getting pictures and throwing out their cameras, and then we got to land on this dirt runway. Yeah, a dirt runway. By the way, everything from now on would be dirt roads, no paved roads whatsoever. So be prepared for something like that. Now we met our guide. He met us at the airport, saw our first animal, a baboon, literally 2 minutes into the drive. But as I said, this is a dusty drive, so you want to be prepared for it. As you can see the dust behind me. And it wasn't long before we actually spotted another type of animal. There he is. Hey, bud.
Female,
Aw. So yeah, we saw an impala right up close. It was, again, single impala, okay. But it was so exciting. It meant we were in Africa, and everyone was getting excited. Warthogs were around, and then on the way in, we found more impala. And where there's impala and warthogs, there's predators, which means there could be a leopard or a lion anywhere in the vicinity. Kind of exciting. And then I saw off in the distance a welcoming committee. Oh, here's our welcoming committee. Hello, hello. Now, after a brief meeting there where we signed off the paperwork that we needed to sign off for and everything, I was blown away by my camp. It was amazing, but I don't have time to show too much of it right now, because guess what? After this already, it was time for our evening safari. And we headed out, literally maybe a 5-minute drive by Jeep, and we came across our first elephant. Then we saw another elephant with a baby. Pretty darn cute, if I do say so myself. Baby elephants are just the cutest. They do some funny things. We'll see some more stuff in videos later. Then we saw some water bucks running across the watering hole, and you could start to see that the sun is starting to go down a little bit. But this was pretty exciting to start off my day. Another elephant sighting, and they were everywhere. More impala in the background. It was amazing. And then the sun was going down, so it was time to return to camp for dinner. And yeah, it was pretty dark by the time we got back to camp. It was a nice fire. No bugs, by the way, this time of year. We went in August, and there seemed to be no insects whatsoever. But we could hear the crickets. We could hear hippos in there. And then I heard a sound, and I didn't know what it was. And it was this guy. A full-grown hippo literally steps from my camp. Are you kidding me? This was day 1, and I already have a hippo right there. When I said I wanted to get close to nature, this camp did not disappoint at all. So that was day 1. That's getting there. And then my arrival day, I got to experience elephants, impala, warthogs, baboons, hippos. I mean, a hippo, thousands of pound animal, literally an underhand toss with a baseball away. It was an incredible start to an absolutely incredible trip. So yeah, I got a lot more to show you, but that's it for today. I hope you do appreciate this update. I hope you enjoyed this getting there video and my first day arrival at Time and Tide Chongwei Suites. It was an adventure just to get there, but boy, it was worth it. As you can see, the minute I arrived, I was surrounded by what I wanted, nature. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.